Hey guys, me and Captain America here to teach you a few things about the video you just saw. How are you guys doing today? Sorry to be silly, it's getting late in the afternoon. Hopefully you have watched by now the video, America's Not the Greatest Country in the World, or that little clip with that opinion. It is an awesomely powerful video that I use kind of as a hook to start off the school year about what our studies are going to look like. It's an opinion statement and an opinion question, and that's the way I want it to be, okay? What I'm going to look at today, or the key thing I want to get to, is 3 key words that will describe almost every event or time period throughout American history. That's American history 1 and 2. So we're talking from the 1400s to today. Okay, 3 key words. But before we do that, I want to preface it, all right, with the document behind me to my right here, the Declaration of Independence, because I want you to know the foundation upon which our country is built and the vision that Thomas Jefferson gave for what it should aspire to be like. There are no laws here, all right, in the Declaration of Independence. There are no promises. There's nothing in stone that you got to keep this. But it's a motivational tool, all right, that people from around the world look at to say, that's the place I want to be. That's the government we need to copy. We just got to get it right first, and we haven't yet. And you'll see that. Okay, the 3 key principles of the Declaration of Independence, all right, that I want you to think about and see as the goal, all right, for where we want to go, all right, as a nation, as we work throughout this time period. Number 1, all men are created equal. That's the goal. We're not there yet, but all men are created equal. Obviously, Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin and the other guys writing this, we're not thinking of women. We're not thinking of the poor classes that did not own land. They were not thinking of Native Americans. They were not thinking of the Africans they had brought here as slaves. Okay? They were not thinking of the free black men and women who would come as indentured servants and then got their land. They were thinking of rich white men. All right? But they planted the seeds. On that note, and I mentioned Jefferson and Franklin for a reason, please realize in the first 2 drafts of the Declaration of Independence, Jefferson had actually abolished slavery, said that it needed to end and should end if we're going to have a democracy. He got voted down. They said it'll never pass if you do that because there are too many people that own slaves and they're too directly linked to money. All right. So the will was there. The idea and the notion that slavery was wrong was there from the 1700s and earlier. All right. But it wasn't going to pass through government yet, okay? Number 2, that all men should have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. For us, we hear those terms all the time, and it's a duh, but it's not happening, okay? Number three, that our government is a government created for and by the people. That simply means this, and please realize this, that our government, okay, whether Donald Trump's in the White House, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's in Congress. They work for us. This is a government for us, the people, and by the people. And we got to remember that. We have to vote. We have to get involved. We have to listen because it's only going to be as strong as we take action to make it strong, okay, and put in there who we want. So a government for the people and by the people. We have to take ownership and responsibility. All right, so that's the vision, okay? That's the vision. Now, over here to my left, before I give you those 3 key words right here, guys, that's the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights are the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, all right? And they're really 10 guarantees that says no matter how this government goes on, the American people are going to always have this, always have this. And you know many of them. The first one, freedom of speech, press, religion, petition, assembly, okay, which includes expression. The Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms. Guys, these are going nowhere, all right? Don't worry about listening to the press and all those things that say, oh, they're trying to do that. No, These are guarantees, all right? These are guarantees that we have by the Constitution. Unlike the Declaration of Independence, that was just a vision. These are realities. These are realities. This is why, as a homeowner, if I were to own a gun, nobody can come and take my gun away, all right, to protect my house. This is why people can demonstrate if they hate the American flag, they're allowed to burn it. All right, that's freedom of expression. Now, they can't burn my flags. Those are mine, okay? They can't burn it here at school. You can't burn anything in school, out of school. But if you have your own flag and you want to burn it in your yard, you want to burn it as a sign of protest and you have a permit that allows you to assemble, you're allowed to do that. And that's whether I agree and think it's good or bad. It's called freedom of expression. That's why Colin Kaepernick could take a knee in the NFL. It's freedom of expression, whether or not we like it. And that's the First Amendment. So you've got 10. It is hugely important, all right, for you all to remember and know and learn your rights, okay, and your protections, just as you go through life, all right? You never know what you're going to face. Know those, and we'll talk about them more throughout the year. Okay, 3 key words that describe most things we'll study this year. Number 1, and I hate to start off negative, but to me it's one of the biggest influences in our world and in our history, okay? That is the word greed. I use green to help you understand that. Greed is that desire for money and power, okay? We'll describe everything from Columbus's time up to today. Okay, why do you think Columbus came to America? Looking for money, looking for riches, actually looking for a shortcut to the Indies, and he got lost. All right, but his motive was money. All right, the division between North and South that led to the Civil War was over land, power, money. Okay, and how you made that money. I don't think there was a good guy, bad guy, virtuous side. No, they were both greedy. Okay, they were both greedy and looking out for their own self-interest in the wealthy. Okay, we're going to see that throughout. Okay, number 2, word number 2. Another one that I hate to use is the word misunderstanding. But let me make that a little more clear. Put up the word stupidity, and you can see that at the end. I'll put these notes up so you can pause and copy them. Our country, throughout its history, sadly, all right, has been marred or scarred by misunderstanding / stupidity. What do I mean? Racism, sexism, all right? Believing that if somebody's not your religion, not your denomination, that they're less than. Okay, if they don't pray the way you do, their sexual orientation, if they're not your color, they don't speak your language, all these isms. Now, we call it misunderstanding. That's just to be nice. It's really stupid. Okay, we've been a racist, sexist society since our beginning. Okay, now I'm going to balance that for a second. All right, because somebody just asked me, Coach Abbo, do you think America is a racist nation? Okay. Actually, my answer was no. Racist people? Absolutely. But as a nation? No. I still stick with those ideals of the Declaration of Independence. But racism has been tied throughout, and you'll see that. Okay. We got to learn from these mistakes, guys. Have to. And number 3. The third word I just wrote up there and that you'll see is the word character, okay? That means people, men and women of virtue, all right? Respect, integrity, honesty, courage, bravery. Throughout all the darkness of greed, money-hungry people, throughout all the darkness of racism, religious bigotry, hate for people who speak a different language, all right? Throughout all that darkness, there are stars that light up our sky, that light up our history, that show us the way, all right? Guys, that's Harriet Tubman. That's Martin Luther King Jr. That's Thomas Jefferson. That's, Coach John Wooden. That is, oh my gosh. Let me look around. Thomas Edison. I would say Dr. Tony Fauci right now. I would say Crispus Attucks, who was the first man killed at the Boston massacre. I would say Sitting Bull, okay? There are men, women, Susan B. Anthony, I already mentioned Harriet Tubman, men or women of great character and bravery that make our country worth fighting for, that believed in those ideals and demanded it, even if it was against the rules. Rosa Parks. Even if it was against the rules, sometimes you got to break the rules. All right? Not the law, but an unjust law, that's character, okay? Those people have made our country, all right, that vision stay alive, have made our country what it is. So, I do like that analogy. Without darkness, you can't have light, all right? Without the nighttime, you wouldn't have stars, you wouldn't have the moon, all right, that'll lead us in that direction. So character is that third word, and we are going to talk about those men and women of character and those heroes, whether it's the American soldier, all right, whether that's the bus driver, our janitor here at school. I mean, it doesn't matter who. There's so many wonderful people, and that's where we have to, put our focus. Okay, so guys, you want to take these notes, you want to look at the pictures, make sure you get those. But I'm looking forward to a great year. I don't need a picture of these notes, keep them for you. You'll see all this stuff again when it comes quiz time. I thank you. Captain America thanks you. And I'll see you next time. Hold on.